Hello and welcome to Pantheon of the Geeks. You join us Malifaux Monday, and this week we have the Children of December. This is the first Monday in December, so we thought we'd, well, this is my Christmas present from Claire anyway.
It is, yeah.
Or one of them.
One of them.
We may have ordered ourselves some more Christmas presents, which we spoke about last week.
Yeah.
But enough of that. This is the first Monday in December, so we're going to do the Children of December in time for Christmas as well. So this is the box. Rasputina, there she is. Wendigo, Ice Golem and 3 Ice Gammon. If you've seen our previous videos, you know I've already got the first edition of the Children of December, or Rasputina. And we've played a game. Did we play one? I can't remember.
We did, we played...
I think we just recorded one.
Rasputina versus Pandora, didn't we?
We did, yes.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen that, check it out. That was using the first edition models, and I didn't have the Wendigo.
No, you got those for Christmas as well one year, didn't you?
Yes, I did. And but that was in the original editions. You didn't get the totem with them.
We never got the Wendigo.
I never actually managed to get on it. However, there is a Wendigo in here, and it is probably the better totem to have with Rasputina anyway. This person knife, I'm just going to use that. So let's get the box open. And we got this box set from War Games in Southport as well. So just a shout out to them again. We've got quite a few Malifaux things from there, haven't we?
We have actually, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see some more of them again in the future, and hopefully we'll be going back there. They're planning on opening. Is it the 12th?
12th of December.
12th of December.
Although I think they're opening informally on the 4th. I'll have to check that though.
Informally on the 4th, which means they'll already be open by the time you watch this video, and officially on the 12th, which is after this video, I think. So there's the box. After much ripping of things, let's get it open. So we have some sprues. There we go. So we've got that's the Ice Golem, I believe, and then we have. Oh, that's part of the Ice Golem as well. There's December's Fist on there. Bit strange. December's Fist. And then we've got the Wendigo and Rasputina. And we've got 3 Ice Gammon taking up a single little sprue on their own.
Oh.
And then we have the bases. And we have the cards. So I've already got copies of these cards anyway from the Arsenal boxes. So the bases on these guys, I'm going to do exactly the same as the other Rasputina bases with the ice on and stuff. So with these, it's just a case of putting some green stuff on the base just to fill that bit in, and that's all I'm going to do with these. And then if you've seen them, there's just like snow effect on there and ice as well at the end. And I quite like that for Rasputina, and I've used it on the newer plastic models that I've got. That you've already seen if you've seen them on the channel. Cool. So we'll get these off the sprues, and we'll start with the master herself. We'll start with Rasputina.
Okay.
So Rasputina, she consists of 6 parts. So we've got her body and coat and everything there. We have 2 legs, and then we have 2 arms and a head. That's it. So we'll start by sticking the 2 legs together, and they have this little peg there and a slot there. So we'll stick them together, and we'll stick them to the body. I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so those are the legs in place, really easy. Next we're going to stick the head on, because her hands are holding on to her collar. So we'll put the head into place first, and then we can put the arms on after that. The head just goes on, there's just a little peg there if you can see, which goes into that little space there. So we're going to do that next. Next we are going to put the arms on. See, the head fits in pretty easily. We've got these little pegs though, so they're next. And we've got these little indentations there. So it should make the arm fit exactly in place. So hopefully that'll go well. We'll find out in a minute. And there she is, holding on to her collar. It's quite a different Rasputina from the first model. I do like it though, it's pretty cool.
I think it's a better model than the first one, to be quite honest.
Do you? I like the first model, you see.
Did you?
Yeah.
I think it was the hat that wasn't, just spoilt the model for me.
Oh really?
Yeah.
You see, I thought it was cool. No pun intended. Right, so we're just going to put her on a base, which I said I've just got green stuff on, and then I'm going to do all the texture and everything like with sand when I'm painting it, and maybe put some stones on as well. We'll see. I'll see what the mood takes when I paint them. But for now, they're just getting plain green stuff bases. So now we can move on to the Wendigo. Here's the Wendigo. It contains 15 parts.
Wow.
Which for a totem is a lot. He's one of the most dynamic totems though.
Yeah, he's pretty cool actually.
Because if you haven't seen him, he consists of two models. One is the Wendigo, and one is the Wendigo's victim who's about to get his face ripped off. He's this guy here. So, I've seen people put him together where he's on his own. He does look cool on his own as well. So, it's personal choice, I think. You could just base him on his own quite easily by the looks of it. And so we'll build them in two parts. Build the Wendigo and his victim. They are going together on mine because I do want it because it does look cool. So we'll start with the victim, and he has two legs for now until he's eaten. And there's a peg there, so those two just go together like that. Then those fit into the coat, a bit like Rasputina that you've just seen, will fit into there. So we'll get to that stage. So there he is with his legs on. You can see there's a little bit of the Wendigo's foot on there. But again, you can easily green stuff that. But if you didn't want this guy and just wanted the Wendigo. So next we'll do his hat, which is there. Then we have this little bit here, which is
the cloak at the back.
Part of his cloak, which goes around the back of his neck. So we'll do those two bits next. And we've also got this arm. Is that better to put on first, I think?
Might be actually, because I think it goes underneath the flap of his jacket.
Yeah. Yeah, let's have a look. So the arm goes on there, the arm, and then the flap will go over the top of that. So we'll put the arm on first, and then we'll do the back part of the jacket, and then the hat. And so if all goes well, we'll have those three bits on. Okay, no problem with that. So we've got the peak of the hat at the front, it's like it's been pulled down. And just on his shoulder we've got, I don't know where it's the hand, I think it's the hand of the Wendigo. I've grabbed hold of his shoulder. And then the last bit of this guy is his gun, which goes on to the end of his arm. Which, let's have a look at it. Yeah.
It points backwards, I think.
Yeah, so it's pointing backwards like he's completely missed the plot of where the Wendigo was. So we'll get that bit on. So there is the victim. And now we should do the Wendigo. So we'll start with the body, which is there. And we shall attach the legs, which have these peg parts there. And they go into those two parts there. Where's the other leg? Let's find that. There it is. So we'll stick those on first. So that is the Wendigo's legs on that. And that part is where the foot will go. So you could green stuff one on. And next is his arm, which will go on there. There's the arm, and it just attaches onto that flat sort of L sort of shape even there. So we'll put that on next, and then we'll move on to the head. So the head with the lower jaw with a little peg on it, We have the upper jaw, there's the fangs with the slot for the peg, and then we have the two horns which will go on the top of the head. So we'll put it all together, and then that has like a, that's how it attaches to the body, just that, so again like an L shape, like the arm did, which goes on there. And that little hole there is for no particular reason, it's probably just an air hole for the glue to go in. But it isn't attached to anything, it just goes on there. So we'll put the head together, and we'll put it onto the body, and we'll be back if there's any problems, otherwise we'll be back once that's the Wendigo's finished. So there he is. Yeah, the horns go up. And there was a little bit of where the top half of the face joins onto the sprue, which I had to take off with a knife to get the face to fit together correctly. It's in an awkward place, but it wasn't too difficult to sort. So once that's dried, we're going to attach that onto there, and he has one hand on the guy's shoulder, and then his foot will go on there, if you can see that, on the guy's leg. So I'll just wait for that to dry so nothing falls off, and then stick them together, and we'll be back when he's done. And there we go. The guy's literally he's got his hand around the guy's throat, if you see it properly, because one of his fingers is at the other side.
Oh, right.
So I don't know how the guy, I don't know what his name was, I saw it on the internet. He actually just green stuffed the hands, but it looked cool. So you could do it, but it's more difficult than I thought it was to get that hand done, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty cool. I do love the motion on it. He's just taking this guy out. We're going to kill you. So that's that. So we're going to stick him on his base, and we'll see him again at the end. So next up, we will move on to the ice gamin. We'll get there on the sprue on their own. You can get these guys separately. But that's it, that's the sprue for all three of them. Tiny. So, got 3 gamin on there. Are they in any particular order?
I don't think so.
Usually they're numbered when there's 3 of them. I can't see that though. But it'll be this one, that one, and that one, I imagine. Yeah, and these are really fiddly looking at them. Tiny. Right, so we'll get them off the sprue and we'll get them together. So this is ice gamin 1, which consists of this body, this leg, these 2 hands holding a lump of ice, a big rock of ice, because we had to bash someone's head in with it, and the this head there. So the joints for these are very small, sort of like the goblins, but they'll go on there like that. That should go on there, which leaves the head to go on this little neck part there. So I'm going to put the head and the leg on, and then the hands. But I'll do it all together because there's only 4 parts, and I'll be back hopefully when he's done, unless there's any problems. Okay, there he is, a little bit fiddly, but he has gone on. Cool. So now we'll move on to ice gamin number 2, again according to the online rules. We have the body, both arms holding the spike, and the head. There's the head. So this should be pretty straightforward, I hope. The arms go on, and then the head goes on. So we're back when he's done. So there he is, the second ice gamin, holding the spike. Pretty cool. So then move on to the third and final ice gamin. So the third gamin, he consists of 5 parts. A body and a leg, We have a head, and we have two arms, one holding a little spike, little shard, as Claire says. So again, he's quite fiddly. Put them all together at the same time, so I won't stop in between. But it should be pretty obvious how it goes together. Pretty much like the other ones. Yeah, so we're back when he's done. And there he is. Third gammon. Pretty fiddly. Sort of being held together at the better, more faith in gravity than anything else at the moment. Being held together. Yeah, I think he's going to glue into place. Oh, that's far enough again, buddy. And there he is, ice gammon number 3, finished. Fiddly, like the other two, but done. So we shall now move on to the ice golem. So at the opposite end of the scale we have the massive ice golem. These are the parts for the ice golem, a lot less fiddly obviously, he's huge. We have the legs there, there's one leg, that's the other leg. And we have the body, the back, I think that's another part of the back. I think that's, is that the arm? Yep, that's the arm, I think. Was that part of the leg? Can't tell. No, it's part of the arm, I was right first time. And then we have the two hands, the two massive fists, which are huge. Which are actually bigger than the gammon on their own. So we'll start with the legs, attach them to the body. So that one goes on there, like that, and the other leg fits there. So I'll get those two bits glued on. Okay, so there's the legs on, so it's sort of a crouching position, so we'd have to be, otherwise it'd be massive. So the next bit we'll do is the back, which is hollow, and it goes on just with those clips. So that should be straightforward, I hope. That's just gone there like that. So we'll glue that bit on. So there is the back on, the spiky back. So next, there's a hole in his chest there, and one underneath his arm there. Those are for these two spikes. I'm going to put these on now, because if the head's on, it's going to be really difficult to put on. There's one which has that sort of shape. I don't know if that is a shape. Attachment, that's the one that goes in his chest. And then this one is the one that just goes underneath his arm, which just has this sort of side attachment. So I'll put those two bits on. Okay, so those are the spikes in place. Okay, so next up, we're going to put the head in its slot, and that attaches by this big peg, if you will, call it a peg, it's a massive piece, which goes in there. And it's raised up because it then fits onto the back part, the final back part. So we'll put the head in place first, and there he is, grinning away. And then we'll put the back part on. So there's the head, and it does wedge in quite well. And the top part of the back is this bit. Oops, just dropped that. Butterfingers. That bit there is where the head goes, into that big block section. And that'll just go onto the back part there. So I'll put that bit on now. So next we have this peg here, and that's for this bit. I didn't really know what it was. I thought it was part of the leg or the head or whatever, but it's actually a big spike that goes on his shoulder, and there's a little peg on his shoulder, on his arm, which goes into there. You can see it. So I'm just going to put that bit on. So there it is in place. And the last thing to do is to put on his two hands, which is attach. You can see they've got little air holes, like the other models. And there's one on there as well. Yeah, I think that's just to help the glue slot into place. So I'm going to put his arms on, and we'll be back when that's done. And there he is finished. He's huge. I think the only model which compares is probably the rail golem, in plastic anyway. Can't think of another model that's as big as that in plastic that I've got. It's absolutely huge. His bulk. If he wasn't crouched down, he would be massive. There we go. So we'll get him on his base and we'll look at the whole crew together. So there we go. Finished crew. They're awesome.
You like them?
Gotta say that they're awesome. Quite the variety of the crew, from massive to tiny to motion.
Yeah.
And amazing. I'm looking forward to painting them. A couple of things. All the models had quite a lot of flash on them, or mould line should I say, left over from the process. So I had to do quite a lot of scraping. Not a problem, just a bit time consuming. It's not really difficult or anything. The Wendigo, the stance that the guy's got he stood on is too wide to fit onto the base, which is why I've had to put a bit of cork down, which I put snow over as well, so it's just kind of like a rock which has got snow over it. The big guy, the ice golem, just doesn't fit into the groove on the base. So if the green stuff wasn't on there, he wouldn't fit on by a whisper, basically. By a few millimetres. He's just a bit too large. So just bear that in mind. All the other models, obviously, they're small ones to fit onto their bases. So that's not a problem, and the stances are quite closed. So there we go. I'm very impressed. I'm looking forward to painting. What do you think?
I'm really impressed. They're so different from the original Rasputina set.
They're completely different.
I mean, the ice golem's massive from the original one.
Well, the other one was tall. I think he's about the same height, but this one's just huge. It's just so wide. It takes up so much space. It's just massive. I think the gammon are actually smaller than the originals. They're more lithe. You know, tiny compared to, like goblins.
They're like fragile, aren't they?
Or gremlins, should I say.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're very fragile looking, more than the other ones. The Wendigo looks ace. I think he looks so much better than the original. It's one of the reasons I never got the original model. But I think it's just awesome. It's
like a little diorama, isn't it, in itself, really?
He's got a diorama going on. That's brilliant.
He even had his own little theme tune as we were putting him together.
Yeah, I'm not going to go into that right now, but stay tuned. We might record that. Put in the comments if you want to have your ears taking off by surgery because it's going to be awful if we try and sing. No. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. It helps out loads. And hopefully we'll see you again soon.
See you soon.
Take care, guys.
Bye.